Hello?
We
Wait a minute, I can't.
we have a bad connection. Let us call you back.
Can't hardly understand you. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's the phone. It's all fuzzy. We'll call you right back. Okay.
no.
Hello?
Oh, much better.
Is it?
Loud
Yeah.
and
Well,
clear.
and two, Gene used to say I mumbled.
No,
I'll
it
try
was
to
the
speak.
connection.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I just for 2 days have been anxious about you two. I hate to say worried because we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But I said I wanted to call you last night and I was too tired. I said, well, I won't start the day off till I get them.
Well, we were on the phone with Sister, and I knew somebody called, and I...
Well, honey, that was this morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you heard from there.
Well, he's at home.
I didn't know.
I didn't either. We didn't either till we called. But Pat and Buddy are there.
I knew that.
And they've got hospice coming, and so...
Is Steve Carolyn holding up pretty good?
Well, I'm sure it's an ordeal for her, but Hank and Lucy and the baby are coming the weekend, Labor Day weekend, Saturday. And I think Cyrus is supposed to ride the bus up there.
Honey, I'm encouraging him to come. He's miserable.
Yeah.
Just as miserable as he could be. And this is just between us, but Sophie just let it slip. She said, he called her, or she called him, and he said, if that damn check would just come. So I got to thinking about it. He's talking about, I guess, that lease check.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking about it, and I couldn't stand it. So I just phoned him the next morning, and I said, because he's been wanting to go ever since he heard it.
Yeah.
He said he didn't much like the way Sister talked when she said that it wasn't fair. That wasn't fair, that they were just about retired and ready to enjoy life. So that hurt him, and he thought he needed to get up there. So I said, Cyrus, if you are able to go up there, I'll see that you get there. And he said, I said, I mean that now. He said, well, they promised to mail the check on the 29th. I said, that may be too long.
Yeah.
I said, if you need to go, remember that I can get the money, and you can pay me back. And that's between the three of us.
Yeah.
And he said, you don't know how I appreciate it. So he did get the relief of knowing that he could go anytime he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he's just miserable down here.
Yeah, so Mark was going to go the weekend, Labor Day, because he's got Monday off, but...
Is this Labor Day coming up?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Golly. Seemed like it was just Memorial Day.
But Sister was wanting to put people on a schedule to come,
Well,
but you can't do that.
Now, that's what Cyrus said.
You can't
he said,
do
Buddy
it.
And Pat's there now. And I said, yeah, but how can you, that's what I asked. How can you put people on the schedule?
You can't, because the doctors told them before they left the hospital that first they told him 8 months, and now he says it's going to be a matter of weeks. It's not going to be that long.
My heart aches. You know what? You're not going to believe this, but it has changed everybody down here.
Mm.
Everybody that I talked to just took the heart out of them. Well, first thing, Kenneth. And then before the week was out, heard about Ting.
Yeah.
And it was a bit much.
Yeah.
And such that does change your life.
Yeah.
I just, it does. It turns you around and it makes you think. But my heart is right up there. I told Cyrus, I said, you just go for me in my place. I'd go if I could.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he can't think down here.
Well, we're trying to figure out when to go, but, I mean, Tim's got a place, and so does Willis and Shannon. I mean, under the circumstances, surely they wouldn't mind somebody just sleeping on the floor on a blow-up mattress.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And even Carolyn is mentally not able to make plans and meals and such as that, and nobody in this world would expect her to.
And she wants Hank and Ting to have some time. Well, I don't know. They've got him set up in the living room in front of their living room window so he can look out at the street.
See, that's where I kept seeing here at the back. It's the only place we could see out.
Yeah.
This is where he spent his time and did his thinking and his talking.
Yeah. So,
No, I didn't figure no 8 months.
No, I didn't either. So, I don't know. We've got to, may still go the weekend.
This is the reason I've been bothered. I said, I need to know how Charlotte and Mark are first, because one of them may be sick. And then I need to know, I'm so glad that you had talked to her this morning, because that's the first news I heard. But, no, all of y'all are in trouble.
What?
Do you know by our big bunch?
Yeah.
When one's in trouble, and like Cyrus said, when we got in trouble, everybody headed to Grandma's. And he said, and then down here. He said, now everybody's just scattered out there. Well, what he was talking about was like Sophie and Letty not getting along and things like that.
Yeah.
Just live troubles, as Mama said.
Yeah.
And sometimes live troubles is worse than dead troubles.
Yeah.
That's what she used to say also. Here we are, we're God's children, and He's on the throne, and He's in control. And I thank God, even Carolyn asked for time, and she got it.
Well, they took him out of that hospital.
That's what I would have.
I mean, they went and found that, they were leaving him at night.
He would die.
But they went back and they had him restrained, had his hands strapped down, and a stranger sitting in there with him.
Hold on just 1 second.
Well, I think we ought to go. Anyway, just stay somewhere else.
I'll call him back. That was it, Cindy. I'll have some news for him.
Yeah, and so she told them to get that woman out of there, and they could have called the family to come, and said Ting was gurgling, gasping for breath. He was so mad and upset.
And nervous. If y'all ever get the chance to read the anatomy of an illness, it was a doctor. And the hospital gave him so few days to live. And he checked himself out. And he got well. And he got Marx Brothers movies, the Three Stooges and all that. Sometime if y'all want to. And he laughed with his family and talked with his family, and he got well.
Well, that's what Ting's doing. She said it was, and Pat answered the phone. She said it's been just like a curtain raising up since he got home.
Well, certainly.
And but his voice is so weak that they can't hardly understand him. So they're looking for some kind of headset that magnifies your voice.
I do not want strangers around me.
But so I don't know if we're going to go this coming weekend or not. And has he already bought his bus ticket?
I don't know what he's done. I said, you give me 24 hours. You call me one day or one night,
Well, if he
and
can
you
make
give
it
me
here.
a few minutes, and I'll have your money.
I was thinking if he could make it here, then
Do you mind if I told him that?
then that's just
Me and him.
halfway.
Me and him is that close.
But we can call him.
We're just that close. And if he wants to take off, whenever. He's free. He knows that he's free to go.
Sister said he had some kind of job that he had to do through Friday. Paint job
Well,
or
I
something.
bet he planned on that because of the check. But I want him to know he can turn loose. And he got to dreaming, and he said, Pat can tend to these horses and everything, and the boys can see about her. And he kind of got to wanting to go, see. But I said, all you've got to do, son, is call me. and just give me a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I meant it.
Well, we'll call him this morning.
Call him
Yeah.
and ask him, Charlotte, you know, all of this thoughts that pop in our head may be from God, but I want that boy to come.
Oh, yeah, he'll get there.
Yeah.
Mark's even told me to come get you and him. Because I'm not working yet.
I was so sad, but I tried to give him a little comic relief. I told him at the bottom of a card, it was a beautiful card with Jesus knocking at the door, and then at the bottom I said, well, I just got to do this. I said, I went to see Savannah day before yesterday. Y'all know that they've been working here since the 3rd day of June in this house. Sanders going, and I have just about lost my mind.
Mm.
And everything I own is jammed up in this front or else in the 2 back bedrooms. See, all them floors had to be replaced.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm just now coming to, but I wrote in the card, I said I was so tired, I could not pick my feet up, and I went to see Savannah, how she's doing. And she said, let's go. And I said, where? She said, let's walk. I said, Savannah, and this is the first time I've ever done that. Oh, she made out she was glad to see me. I said, baby, let's just sit here and talk and visit a minute. I said, I can't walk. Well, get the hell out. And turned her back and walked on. I told, and the nurse was so embarrassed. Oh, so embarrassed. I said, Sheila, I believe I upset her. Oh, no, ma'am, don't pay no attention to that. When you come back, she... Oh, but I just said, I've got to stick this in here. Then get the hell out of here.
Oh, Lord, Lord. We'll call the Morrison.
I just want to reassure y'all how much big for, and I haven't forgot you because of the Arrington's problem, because we can't forget one another.
No.
But my problem now is getting Cyrus up there.
Oh, well, that's...
But Charlotte, you've hit it. You've hit on a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go too?
I'm having the worst flare-up with my arthritis. When I told you I can't walk,
Yeah.
I can't walk.
Yeah.
But I told him the other day, I said, son, would nothing suit me better than a bus trip? He said, oh, I know it. And he said, I know what them blacks do. They take their blankets, and when they get cold, they just roll up and sleep.
Yeah.
And anyway, we discussed all of that. But I said, would you please call me? And he said, I sure will, Bibbie. I really appreciate it. I ain't heard a word.
Well, we'll
And
call.
I hate to keep ding-donging him.
Well, we'll call him now.
Please, that would make him so happy.
Okay.
And you can just tell him, call me or whatever. And well, whatever you want to. Just if you don't want to mention my name, that's fine.
No, it doesn't. It's nothing's a big secret.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Not at all.
No. So
what I have thought? Listen, you don't know how many times in an emergency like this I've gone and borrowed, and I have never regretted it.
Yeah.
Never have I regretted it.
Mm.
And I meant that when I told him, you can go, and you can pay me back if you want to, and if you don't, so be it.
Yeah.
He's awful good. He was awful good to us.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call him now.
You don't know how much this news from Ohio means to me.
Yeah.
Now, is Kathy, they live out of Columbus, don't they?
They're in Galloway.
I know it, but out of Columbus?
It's like a suburb.
Kathy has got them in Dayton.
Oh, no.
No.
I told her that.
No.
As many emails that she's getting. I said, Kathy.
Tim used to live in
I
Dayton.
said, it's not Dayton. It's out of Columbus.
It's Galloway. It's a suburb of, it's like Shreveport and Bossier.
And,
Or Southern Hills.
Keithville.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not, yeah, anyway,
I'm
it's,
just a quarter mile outside the city.
Dayton is way,
Well, that's where Kathy's talking about.
well, you can straighten her out.
I did. I said, you're badly mistaken. I said, Dayton is an old address for one of them.
Tim.
Timothy.
Okay. So, anyway, they live too fast.
Yeah, but he started hallucinating, so,
That's the drugs.
Yeah. Well, you know, the brain tumors too. So,
Oh, yes.
let us.
You know what I was thinking? Cyrus, I just loved him. And it might be good for Ting for him to sit down beside him. See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I know it would be good for both of them to it would be a help for a closure if they got to be together, if it wasn't but for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure out something. But I don't think she can put everybody on a schedule.
Nor in a bed.
No.
To forget that what little time she has got with him. And people don't mind sitting up all night and falling out from exhaustion. They don't mind that.
Mm-mm.
So she don't have to have them a guest room and all this and that and the other. This is too precious.
Yeah. Oh, so we'll call the Morrisons.
Thank you for calling me back and giving me this first-hand news. When did he go home?
Thursday, Mark, I think.
See, I didn't know that. Like I heard they wanted him to go home.
They were going to move him somewhere else.
Because he had an infection in his carotid.
I heard that.
And so she just put her foot down and told him no, they were taking him home, and that was it.
She'll never, ever regret it.
Yeah, she said Buddy told her, make the decision and don't ever look back.
That's right. And that's what for her to do. And give him what he wants the most. That you know, I didn't know Gene was in as bad a shape as he is because he put up a front. But at the funeral, they told me, Nadine would say, we don't, didn't understand how he made it so well. I believe it was sheer will. But she said, every day I'd go to Dave and say, let's send hospice. And he'd say, wait another day. Let's wait a day or two because said, I know him. Gene never did give up. I just kept things going like it was forever.
Yeah.
And when he went like light.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just at home. And that's the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
But I know what they're going through, and I tell you the truth, I don't have any interest here. And that's what Essie says. And Kathy and them. They say their interest is just like it was.
Yeah.
Especially when we see death moving in on our nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
For a while it was just sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to be morbid because life's too good, but and God's good. He give us what she asked for, and it's in His hands. And don't forget, He's in control. And life is not fair. No, I can tell her it's not.
But she was saying, several times he said, who is that sitting over there, or who is that standing over there? And it wouldn't be anybody, and she'd say, that's your guardian angel.
That's a good answer. Well, what I know for a fact is they're both Christians. That's my main concern out of the way.
So we're going to call the Morrisons and
do them so much good, and whatever you want to do about that, you don't have to mention my name, just tell him, when you get ready, why don't you just come here? Because I never enjoyed anybody more than the day that Mark picked him up and he traveled with us. And he had the best day.
Oh, I know.
I said to y'all, me and Cyrus went, I said, and had a better time than anybody.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you know.
Okay, baby. Or you just tell him so. It should save you a long distance. That's what I was trying to call y'all.
Well, we talked. Anyway.
We got it.
Yeah.
I got my way. I won. Can I tell y'all a dirty joke?
Yeah.
Sure. Kathy had Tony Rapolo send her this, an email. We won. And a woman had a little dog slept between her and her husband, and it just snored, lay on its back, snored so loud till she couldn't sleep. When she took it to the vet, she mentioned that to him, not thinking he could do nothing. And he said, well, this may sound absurd, but said, if you'll just tie gently while he's asleep, tie a ribbon around his testicles, that'll stop it. And she said, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, after a night or two, she said, well, I'll do anything. So she reached in her drawer and pulled out a piece of blue ribbon. Just reached. And she gently. Her husband was out on the town drinking. Tied it around his testicles. She lay back down and not one more snore. He come in the wee hours of the morning and fell on his back, and he went snoring. So she said, well, if it works on the dog, it's bound to work on him. So she got up and pulled out a piece of ribbon. It was red, and she tied. No, it was red around the dog. I'll get it right in a minute. And she pulled out a piece of blue and tied around it. She eased back down. Silence. The next morning, he got up to go to the bathroom, and he passed the mirror and saw that. When he got back to the bed, there was his dog with the red. He said, well, I don't know where we went, old boy, but we won first and second place. That is almost corny.
Well, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
But we're going to call the Morrisons. And
Thank you. I always call somebody else to solve my problem. But I love y'all.
Love you too.
I love you.
Bye.